This is the Barbecue Central Radio Show, which airs live every Tuesday evening from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Barbecue Central Show is being brought to you by Big Papa Smokers. Big Papa is the one-stop shop for anyone interested in barbecue, featuring a comprehensive selection of all American-made grills, spices, sauces, accessories, and everything that you need to make a world-class pit out of a 55-gallon drum. Visit them at bigpapasmokers.com. And by the Barbecue Guru, makers of automatic pit temperature control devices and pits as well. You can visit them at thebbqguru.com. And by Cook Shack, a leader in pellet and electric style cookers. Visit them for specials online at cookshack.com or call them at 800-423-0698. And by Sucklebusters. Sucklebusters products are preferred by competition barbecue cooks. Texas-based, 100% made in the USA. Introduced first products to Barbecue Central over 7 years ago. You can get in contact with them at sucklebusters.com. Like them on their Facebook fan page, Sucklebusters, or visit thetexasbbqforum.com. Check them out and see why Sucklebusters means bustin' with flavor. And by Butcher Barbecue, makers of injections, sauces, and rubs. Find them online at butcherbbq.com. And by Green Mountain Grills, a leader in the pellet grill market. You can find out more about their cookers by visiting greenmountaingrills.com. And by cookinpellets.com, a maker of high-quality pellets for all of your pellet-driven cookers. You can visit them at cookinpellets.com, or you can find them at amazon.com as well.
Hi, this is Maddi Rempe from Cleveland, Ohio, and you're listening to Barbecue Central. Hi, this is Maddi Rempe from Cleveland, Ohio, and you're listening to Barbecue Central.
So to get that perfect barbecue, you use wood. Are you sure it's safe? Whatever. We put the lighter fluid on, strike the match, and... Oh, should we call the fire department? That might be a good idea.
All right, good evening and welcome to the really big Barbecue Central Show, live. It's the show that talks about all things important in the world of barbecue and grilling. We are broadcasting live and direct from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city of Cleveland, Ohio. It is the barbecue capital of the North Coast. I'm your program host, Greg Rempe. Happy to have you aboard here on your Tuesday evening. You want to jump in on the show tonight? More than happy to have you. It is a phone call, 216-220-0966. You can also email the show, Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. Your 2 bits of contact information. Anything else you want to find out about the show can be found at the main website, thebbqcentralshow.com. And here's what's happening. If you didn't get the newsletter, which came out like 25, 30 minutes ago, a little slow on the uptake, folks, this go-around this week. Nevertheless, we are star-studded to the tune of 3 confirmed guests coming up in about 13 minutes from now. A first-timer to the show. A local Cleveland guy. And perhaps we'll be discussing a subject that I don't even know if rarely discuss or properly describes it, but I might go as far to say as never gets talked about, whether it be on barbecue roundtables, whether it be through my conversations with pitmasters, what have you. We're going to talk to Dee Cocker, who is the proprietor, the owner, the presidente, the El Honcho over at clevelandcuts.org. I'm not sure exactly what the status is, but I believe he's like master knife maker. And that kind of yields gently, or as a crowbar, into the statement that I was just making. We don't really ever talk about cutlery when it comes to this show. I mean, cutlery is a huge portion of barbecue, whether you're doing it in the backyard like me, whether you're doing it in competition. You want to make sure that your cutlery is on, well, I can't believe I'm going to say this, pun intended in advance. You want to make sure your cutlery is on point, or as the kids say these days, on fleek. And Dee will be able to kind of, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to pun again. He's going to hone us in and tell us what we should be looking for in the cutlery, what makes a good knife, what you should be potentially running away from, Henkel's and other such name brands that you see out in every food cooking store. Worth the money? Could you be getting something better? Is there stuff less expensive that works just as good? All that great. It's going to be a lot of knife talk with Dee Cocker from clevelandcuts.org. So check out his website here before he jumps on. Then at 9:35, Sam's Club resumed this past weekend. They took off for July 4th. Joining me to recap his grand championship in the wonderful city of Indianapolis, Indiana, Frank Denton from Hogs. Boom. Then we move to the second hour. This is where it gets dicey. At either 10:14, let me check the email just to make sure that I'm not, okay. Currently, well, I'm up to date. At 10:14 or 10:35, a 2-time in a row, or 2 weeks in as many, 2 grand championships in as many weeks. So let's go back to back on that. Dinae Mee Lakhouse BBQ team, and might I say loyal Centralite, Pacific Northwest Barbecue Association. She is putting the boot to everybody's face out there in the Pacific Northwest. So we're going to chat with her and see what's working out there and things you might want to write down or give a try next time you head out to the competition scene. So once again, Dee Cocker, Frank Denton, and Dinae Mee slated for the show. If you are listening or watching and you are like me, you would like to have the viewer slash listenership grow, do me a solid. Right now, get on the social medias, the Facebook, the Twitter, fire up the Reddit, all that good stuff. Let them know the show's on. A couple different links to send them to. Audio only, thebbqcentralshow.com or tunein.com, TUNEIN. Just search BBQ Central in the top right, and you will get the live feed of this show. And don't forget, during off-show hours, I do air all of the replays of the show this year, last year, year before that. So plenty of stuff to get caught up on if you're new to the show and you just can't get enough of it. You need to listen to the live stuff 24/7. You can also get the show in the video form on OutdoorCookingChannel.com. That's like the second most popular way to get the show. Audio only through iTunes, most popular way still by leaps and bounds. Then if you have Roku or some other IP television type platforms, this is growing in popularity as well. I think by the person, probably the most visited way to the show is the IP television stuff. So congratulations to Kevin Bevington over at Home Barbecue. Over at OutdoorCookingChannel.com. Former pitmaster of Home BBQ, Home Barbecue, Home whatever you say. Dominated for years and years. Go to your, so here's what you do. If you have the IP television, you don't know if you can get the show or not, go to the App Store, search Outdoor Cooking Channel. If they have it, download it. You will get the show live Tuesdays from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have access to all of the replays of my shows, plus many other shows that are on Outdoor Cooking Channel as well. All right, big news, folks. Last year they ran as sponsor of the show. This year they have come back. We have just restruck a deal to go through the next number of months. You tried it out. You loved it. They're back because they realize the value of this show, the only one like it of its kind. iGrill is back, folks. The letter I-Grill, you know, the Bluetooth temperature deal. Yeah. Talked to Sierra earlier today. We were able to sign docs, get everybody closed out. So they are doing what we call the bump back from a live read. So I do the 2-minute, 45-second read for the 6 traditional sponsors of the show, I guess. And then there's a handful of other ones. I think now iGrill makes 4, where we come back and I say this portion of the Barbecue Central Show brought to you by. That's called a bump back read. And they have taken, I believe there's 1 or 2 spots left for those. Very economical. You get a mention. You get your website out there. It happens. So if you're interested, let me know. But iGrill is back in the fold. They wanted to be back in the sponsorship stuff. But you know what? If you wait and if you don't stay on, how long have the show sponsors been on? I mean, it's not like these guys just drop off like seasons in the wind. I mean, come on. Do me a favor. Welcome back to iGrill. Very happy to have them back in the fold. And their read will be coming up first in the second hour. Please do me a favor. As you listen to the show tonight, be discerning with your ear holes. Let me know if you're getting any dips in audio, if you're getting the peak, the valley, if it gets really loud and all of a sudden you can't hear. Also, if you feel that I am over-modulating to you, I need to know that as well so I can make the adjustments as necessary. But I think we're finally dialed back into kind of getting the audio leveled back out. We were kind of up and down and up and down and up and down for a number of weeks, dare I say months. And to me, when I would listen to it back, because I listened to the show back the next day to hear how my vernacular is improving or not improving, as it were, it was bothersome to me. It was troublesome. Maybe I listened to the show back in a different ear, a little bit more discerning than most, but I need your feedback. So if you're listening in the chat room tonight, please let me know if you hear any of the dips in audio. Let me know if I sound like I'm over-modulating, like I'm starting to distort for any reason, and I'll go ahead and figure out how to make the adjustments here on the fly and perhaps going forward. All right, Dee Cocker coming up out of the break. Chops Power Injector Systems, folks, newest sponsor of the show. Welcome. National Barbecue Association Tool of the Year. 3 sizes to fit your needs. Patent-pending Chops Power Injector Systems features not 1, not 2, but 4 needles spaced evenly, perfect distance. For even injecting, also comes with 3 plug screws, so you can add fewer screws if you would like. Get your spacing around the bones, its versatility. Let's break it down a little bit. The number 1 seller on the market, half-gallon Chops Power Injector System, designed for competition or to pump up your backyard warrior. Easy to use. Clean it, fill it, pump it. If you have one brisket or a pork shoulder, you don't need to fill it up all the way. Just put in what you need. It comes with 14-gauge needles, 2 replacement plastic needle adapters, 3 plug screws, and a needle protector. $100 plus shipping anywhere. The 1-gallon Chops Power Injector System, designed for catering and bigger jobs. Hold double the amount of the half-gallon size. Use it in competitions like when you cook MBN whole hog or you're going to inject 10 pork shoulders for that perfect one. Comes with 14-gauge needles, 2 replacement plastic needles, 3 plug screws, and a needle protector. $120 plus shipping anywhere. The newest one in the product line, the Chops Full Power Injector System. It's electric. It's commercial. It's the competition Big Daddy. It's not a holding tank, but a 3.5-foot pickup tube that you can put in any size container. From a few ounces to a 55-gallon drum, it was designed for Chef Rob at the Best Barbecue Restaurant in Kansas City. He has said time and time again that with the Chops Full Power Injector System, his briskets are better than ever. Comes with a metal needle adapter, 14-gauge needles, 3 12-gauge needles, 2 11.5-gauge needles, 3 plug screws, a needle protector, $325 plus shipping anywhere. A number of the top pitmasters using the Chops Power Injector System every day to make their barbecue better than the rest. We live in a foodie world, folks. Flavor in every bite. This is how you do it fast. Every injector hand-assembled right there in Kansas City, Missouri, USA. If you want the extra accessories, they got them. You want to shoot medium ground spice, they had you covered for that. They have 2, 3, 4-inch 12-gauge needles, and also they have 2-inch closed-tip needles, perfect for shooting fatty meats, to keep from plugging up the needles with the fat. They sell replacement stock needle adapters and plug screws. They have a great upgrade you can buy to make your Chops Injector System bulletproof with metal needle adapters. And don't forget, they're running that This is the last night for the special. So email Dan over at barbecuekansascity.com, Dan at barbecuekansascity.com. Tell him Barbecue Central deal, and you will get a free set of injectors. And, I mean, you can't get any better than that. Thanks again to Chops Power Injector System. We're back with Dee Cocker right after this. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting live from the Barbecue Central Radio Network studios in Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, welcome back. This portion of the Barbecue Central Show being brought to you by Sam's Club National Barbecue Tour. 31 cities, $500,000 in cash to be won. The next stop on the tour is this Saturday, July 18th, 2015, Auburn Hills, Michigan. This is a local qualifier that feeds the top 16s in the Madison, Wisconsin Regional. That will take place August 8th. To find out more about Sam's Club Barbecue Series, check the results, or to register your team to compete, you know where to go. kcbs.us/Sam's Tour. kcbs.us/Sam's Tour. And we're going to be talking with the winner of the most recent Sam's Club Tour in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes from now. Frank Denton, who won Grand Championship in my favorite city, by the way. Holding Cleveland, of course. No disrespect to the Cleveland. But I have been to Indianapolis, I think, 2 or 3 different times now. It has never failed to... It has never disappointed. I was going to say, it has never failed to disappoint. We don't want to say that. It has never disappointed me. The food is eclectic. The city is clean. It is easily walkable. It's not a huge city. I mean, in terms of big city stuff, right? It is about the size, I guess, of, I don't know, maybe it's a little smaller than Cleveland. Maybe we're about the same size. I don't know. I just know when I go there, you got to go to St. Elmo's and get a steak. You got to go to Rambar to drink your face off after the fact, and you got to go to Shapiro's Deli to get lunch. I mean, if you're not doing that and you're in Indianapolis, you're probably at the race, and it doesn't really matter. All right, joining me now, the owner of Cleveland Cuts. You can find him at clevelandcuts.org. First timer to the show. Owner of Cleveland Cuts. You can find him at clevelandcuts.org. Joining me here on the show. Dee, how are you, buddy?
I'm great. I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Dee, how are you, buddy? Dee, you're listening to the show.
I'm great. I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Dee, how are you, buddy? Dee, you're listening to the show. Yeah, make sure you have all the web pages shut behind you. Yeah,
okay.
Make sure you have all the web pages shut behind you. Got the Echo Monster going there. Make sure you have all the web pages shut behind you. Got the Echo Monster going there. Make sure you have all the web pages shut behind you. Got the Echo Monster going there. How are we there?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think everything's shut off.
All right, hold on. I think I might have it.
I think everything's shut off.
All right, hold on. Hold on. Wow. All right, hold on. I'm going to dump you. I'm going to come right back to you.
Okay.
Wow. All right, hold on. I'm going to dump you. I'm going to come right back to you.
Okay.
Wow. What is going on here? Hello? Why is it? Hello? Oh. What did I do? Take a serious drink, everybody. That's right. Oh, my God. Where is my loop going bad? Where is my... Oh, no. What is going on? All right. Ugh. Source sound card, dual 3. Am I gonna be able to change it now? Audio. Ugh. It's all there. Test. Oh no. Test. Oh no. Well, I don't know what I've done here. This is tragic. I've caused a loop in the system. Check. I bet that's not going to work. Well, there's only one way to try, everybody. Let's try it again. Let's try it. See what happens. Oh, D? Yeah, that's not going to fix it. You there, D?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I don't know what I've done here. You there, D?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I don't know what I've done here. You
Okay.
there, D?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Shut up. Oh, that's not it. Check. 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 I don't know why it's looping. Hello. Check. I don't know why it's looping. Hello. Check. Wow. I don't know why it's looping. Oh, my. All right. Stand by here, folks. Hello? Is this working? Wow. Everything just, I don't know what the hell. All right. So, okay, so now we're back. We're back. Here we go. We're back. A humble apologies to Dee Cocker from Cleveland Cuts. I think we're going to have to move Dee to a couple weeks from now. Let me see. Let me get on the calendar. Josh Carey is coming on next week. Steven Reichlin is coming on next week. Tyler Botts is coming on next week. We could probably do a Dee Cocker. 28th is already jam-packed. I mean, can you believe it? This show is so popular. Oh, my God, I can't believe it. So my apologies to Dee Cocker for not getting him. We're going to move Dinae Mee up to 10:14. That's right, Marco. Another beer, or 10. So apologies to D. We'll get him back up. I was really looking forward to talking knife stuff. That was so bizarre. Whatever happened with that damn echo. What the hell? I'm never shutting this thing down again. All right. Needs more than beer. That's right. All right. Well, let's reload. Let's try this again. We're going to go to Frank Denton out of the break. I'm going to talk to you about Butcher's Barbecue right now. Yeah, that's right, Butcher's Barbecue. You know, you've seen Dave on Chopped or on Barbecue Pitmasters, the Winners Series. He's a TV star. He wins a lot. He's got great products, ones that you're going to want to take advantage of and buy. ButcherBBQ.com is the website. You know the pork, the beef, the prime, the bird booster, the open pit for your pork, all that good stuff. You know the sauces, the sweet barbecue sauce, the one that I like the most. You know the rubs, the steak rub, the brisket rub, the honey rub. It's all great. The premium rub, especially if you inject with Butchers, it is formulated to work with that injection. Here's an idea. You go to ButcherBBQ.com. You get your injections, whatever you like, and then you go buy a Chops Power Injector System. You're off and running. Oh, my God. It's going to be great. Don't worry about breaking the bank when it comes to the shipping stuff. $55 or less go at $8.50. Between $55 and $200, $9.75. Anything over $200 ships for free. That's at ButcherBBQ.com. Now, let me ask you something. Maybe you have thought that pastures were greener on the other side of the fence, and you bought somebody else's commercially made injection, and then you started suffering. Your score started suffering. Your neighbors started making fun of you. Your wife was like, "You blow." What are you going to do? You bought somebody else's injection. Normally, you would be having to throw that away, wasting money. Not anymore. You go to ButcherBBQ.com, you go to the trade-in link, you click that, you fill out the sheet, you send back your commercially made injection, not stuff you made at home. Don't try and scam anybody here. And then you can do whatever you like. If you want some chicken injection, you want the pork, you tell Dave what to send you. He will weigh what you send him first. He will give you back that same amount in what you are looking for. So there. ButcherBBQ.com. That's ButcherBBQ.com. Stock up right now. Butcher Barbecue. Always trust your butcher. Frank Denton. Hogs BBQ. Let's see how this goes. You're listening and watching the Barbecue Central show right here on the Barbecue Central Network. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Smoke. Call 877-448-0433 to get on the air. Now, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, welcome back. This portion of the show being brought to you by Green Mountain Grills. That's right, manufacturers of some of the best pellet cookers on the market today. If you're looking for a big pellet cooker to house a lot of food, they got one for you. How about something medium-sized? Got you covered there. Something to take on those tailgates. I mean, football season is coming up before you know it. Everybody loves to tailgate for that stuff. Well, they got you covered there, too. They can also supply you with premium-grade wood pellets to fire those cookers. You check them out at greenmountaingrills.com. That's greenmountaingrills.com. I love my Green Mountain Grills. You could love yours as well if you'd go to Green Mountain Grills and get one. The Sam's Club has picked back up after a week off over the July 4th holiday. They stopped over in beautiful Indianapolis, Indiana, and joining me now to recap that particular weekend this past is the pitmaster of Hogs BBQ. Please welcome first-timer to the show, Frank Denton. Frank, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Absolutely fabulous, Frank. Appreciate you making time for the show tonight. I guess first, before we get into the goings-on in Indianapolis, maybe a little background about you, how you got into barbecue first, and then when you decided to take it to the next level and get into the competition scene.
Well, a good friend that I work with, ZZQ, invited me to go to a contest with him about 7.5 years ago. And from that point on, I've been hooked. Wife and I took barbecue judging classes and judged for 3.5 years before we started cooking. And we're master judges also. And we've been competitive cooking this is our 4th year.
All right, so a lot of different things to hit there, and great information right off the top there, Frank. Appreciate it. So what, I guess, before we get into having judged for so long before you decided to get into the cooking aspect of it, what drew you in to the competition scene? Like, what did you like most about it when you were just checking it out?
The friendships, the great people involved in it. Everybody was, welcomed me into their camp, open arms, hey, sit down, have a seat, what do you want to know? And that's, pretty much what opened the door for me.
Frank Denton joining me here on the show, pitmaster of Hogs BBQ. Frank, you'd mentioned that you were a judge 3+ years before you decided to get into the cooking aspect of it. I guess rarely do I have a pitmaster on my show who has been a judge first, let alone for that extended period of time before they decided to get around the other side of the fence and be a cook. So how do you feel being, A, a judge, certified barbecue judge, but B, being a master judge has helped you in honing the flavor profiles and the taste, the texture, the tenderness, all that stuff? How has it made you a better cook?
Well, just associating yourselves with the judges themselves. You're sitting there at a table with 5 other judges. Once the entry's been scored, all the scorecards are turned in. Judges will chit-chat a little bit, and I really think that's, helped my wife and I, be good cooks or better cooks.
Do you think that you had a leg up on some competition people having been a judge first before doing the cooking?
I won't say that it hurt us any. I definitely think it helped us. Presentations, you see, as a judge, you see a lot of presentations during one contest, let alone, 25 or 30. You see what judges, like appearance-wise, not necessarily like everybody talks about the greens. It's not really as much, the garnish as it is, the meat itself and how the cook presents it.
Frank, I'm glad you brought that up. Let me ask you something, and don't lie like I know you want. Would you ever, as a competitor, I mean, you've been the judge first, now you're on the competitor side, would you ever turn in a box that didn't have greens? And I ask you this because I found it odd a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I saw a post. There was John Nilgis, and I think it might have, I forget who the other guy was. But they were saying how there was going to be a meeting in KCBS, and they were going to try and get kale as an allowance in to garnish a box. And to me, I was like, well, who gives a shit about adding kale as a possible alternative to garnishing the box? Why not vote garnish in as mandatory or out altogether, because it continually stays in the optional category? But we all know that if you're going to go win a KCBS contest, you're not going to garnish a box, so why not just make it mandatory?
I agree. KCBS, there's several different ways that some of us have talked, competitions, be it, the green mats that, they put in the bottom of, meat wrappings. They could put that in there, but no, I don't think I would ever turn in a naked box. The greens do help contrast the meat, and it does give a bed for the meat to sit on and keep it from sliding around in the box when you're taking it to turn-in tent.
When you were judging, if somebody would have turned in a box with no garnish, would you have been like, whoa? Or would you have not even considered the fact that it's not garnished?
No, we have seen boxes that are naked, no garnish. And, it's all about the meat, and I do try to focus strictly on the meat. But as a cook, I do know that, it's appealing to the eye, having a green frame. It's kind of like having a Rembrandt with a 2x4 frame around it. So, you do put a pretty frame around a nice picture, and it really accentuates the picture itself. But as a judge, I don't pick apart the garnish.
Frank Denton from Hogs BBQ joining me here on the show. All right, Frank, I appreciate your insight there, but let's go ahead and retreat back to this past weekend.
Right.
One of my favorite cities in the world is Indianapolis. I am not well-traveled at all, by the way, but I love the city of Indianapolis. I love St. Elmo's. I love the way you can kind of walk the city. It's close. It reminds me of kind of a cleaner and more safe Cleveland, Ohio. So you take Grand Champion there with a 687.9, very respectable score. You're winning by almost 4 points over your reserve Grand Champion competitor, the Smoke Hunters. From a high-level perspective, what did you think about the cook? Anything out of the ordinary that you had to contend with, or was it business as usual for you guys?
It was really a pretty smooth and comfortable cook. I run to timeline, and all my marks were there, when they needed to be. Never really felt rushed. Just really a basic general cook for me.
When you look at the individual category scores, I mean, really impressive stuff. You finished first in chicken, you're second in pork ribs, you're second in pork shoulder. Brisket, I guess, would be the one that you would kind of cast the eye on. But, geez, I mean, it was 9th overall, so, I mean, you really can't even give it too much of a bad eye because you're getting called 4 out of 4 categories. Overall,
right.
How did you feel about all those turn-ins? Did they meet expectation? Did some get better scores than you thought? Did some get worse scores than you thought?
We felt like we were right on track. It's really hard for a cook to judge his cook. We felt like it was, our usual cook. It was all very good, in our opinion. Couple things, came up a little short taste-wise. When it hit the cutting board, we made some adjustments, put it in the box and, hope for the best.
Frank Denton joining me here on the show. Frank, when it comes to the meats, it seems over the last handful of years it's becoming more and more specialized. Are you a team that, is searching out the specialty pork ribs and the specialty pork shoulders and the specialty briskets and chickens, or are you pretty much still a big box store buyer, more or less?
The briskets, we do go with the Wagyu briskets. But, yeah, as far as chicken, ribs, and pork, I buy those all from local, markets and big box stores.
Frank, do you think that judges have become unknowingly conditioned to expect a Wagyu turn-in at this point? I mean, I have no idea what the percentage of Wagyu briskets being turned in at any competition are, but from the people that I talk to, more and more folks are going to something like that, which means that that's what the judges are tasting more and more of. And if those are the ones that are winning, there almost has to be some kind of an assimilation there, don't you think?
Somewhat. I personally like the Wagyu briskets. They're more consistent to cook over the choice, the choice briskets from big box stores. They meet my marks on the timeline a lot closer than the others. I'm not sure judges expect the Wagyu briskets or the high dollar meats. I do know side by side that the Wagyus do have a richer flavor.
Do you have to cook it much more differently than you would a one that you get at a Sam's Club or a butcher?
I don't really cook it any different. It just it hits its marks a lot more regularly. And I've cooked choice side by side with the Wagyus. Put them both on the cutting board for the wife to. She's the one that samples the meat that goes in the box. She's the one that makes the call, what pieces go in, and she's always picked the Wagyu over the choice every time.
Are you an injector of the pork butts and the briskets?
Yes.
Do you use the commercial stuff, or you have something that's kind of team made?
No, I use the commercial. Everything I use is commercial. Rubs, sauces. Some of them are blended a little bit, but yeah, the injections are pretty much straightforward.
Are they Butcher Barbecue injections?
They sure are.
Oh yeah! Shout out, Dave. Another happy customer.
Trust your butcher.
Absolutely, always trust your butcher. Frank, how many competitions do you guys do during the course of a year?
Over the 4 years, we're averaging between 8 and 12 contests. We're what I consider to be a small team.
Yeah, but
small budget.
I would say probably the majority of teams are probably right in your wheelhouse, 8 to 12. I know that there are websites out there that track teams that do between that kind of a competition delineation. So when you set up your upcoming season, do you look to do the competitions that you normally would do in the past, or do you like to try and branch out a little bit and get out into different regions to see how you fare? How do you set up a season?
There are a few contests that we do every year that we really like. Of course, we got our home event here in New Palestine, Indiana, coming up this weekend. We're getting ready for the Wine, Brew, and Barbecue 2 contest. That's a favorite. Great contest. There are, like I said, a few that we enjoy going back to, and we'll try one or two here and there, new ones along the way, and just see how things go.
In an overall sense, Frank, and I'm just asking you to speculate on what you see or your experience, do you find that flavor profiles are starting to become a little bit more differentiated from team to team, or do you still think that there's kind of a vanilla flavor profile that teams are trying to hit and give themselves the best chance to win?
I think there's just a good barbecue profile that a lot of the teams have been taught from some leading competitors that put on classes, and those profiles seem to work real well for a lot of people.
As a guy that started out as a judge, is that something that you like? Do you like to taste 50 or 60 different entries that are relatively the same, or would you like to see a palate roller coaster, if you will?
Sometimes the roller coaster becomes a problem because your taste buds just become overloaded, and good barbecue, good sauce. It's hard to get tired of it, but there are some great flavor profiles out there, and it's all about the good cue.
Do you cook the same barbecue in your backyard that you turn into those judges?
No.
No?
No, I cook very bland barbecue at home compared to what we feed to the judges on Saturday. What we give them really has to pop, and what we cook at home is just cool barbecue. We like just the basic salt, pepper, garlic, and onion. That's hard to beat at home.
Absolutely. Frank Denton joining me here on the show. I would assume you guys are going to be going on to the Madison, Wisconsin Regional?
Yes. Yeah, we just sent in our application today for it.
All right. So you will see Frank going on to the Madison, Wisconsin Regional. That's in August. We are talking with Frank Denton, the pitmaster of Hogs BBQ, the grand champion this past weekend over at the 2015 Sam's Club local qualifying event in Indianapolis, Indiana. Frank, appreciate the time. Thanks so much for coming on tonight.
Thanks for the invite, Craig. Appreciate it.
There he is. Frank Denton. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, no Echo Buster, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Oh, my God. I just don't know what happened. I'm never going to get over that. I think you people know how obsessive I am about sound quality. I mean, I just had a really great interview with a first-timer to the guest who's probably going to go out and win a second grand championship because show karma attaches. Word to the mother, Frank. And the first thing I'm going to be talking about is how I blew the first segment. Oh, sweet Mary Lorraine. I agree, Blake. Rarely do you find somebody on this show that has been a master barbecue judge first before getting into the cooking portion of it. Great takes. I agree. All right, folks, let me talk to you quickly about the Barbecue Guru. Not familiar with how these little beauties work? I'm not going to get into the minutia, but imagine a product that allows you to set your pit temperatures, and one set keeps it running at that temperature all the way through the cook. Sound too good to be true? It's not. It's real life. You can take advantage of this technology today. Maybe you're a busy working professional. Or perhaps you got the kids, you're on the run with errands. You don't have the time to sit around and tend those pit temperatures. I get it. So does the Guru. It maintains those pit temperatures you set it at. Check this out. You can throw on a pork butt, a brisket, a couple slabs of ribs. You're off to do whatever it is you need to get done. That Guru will get your back. Maintain those pit temperatures. Currently, 4 different models to choose from. So if you would like the ultimate in technology, you want to be able to control up to 2 different pits and monitor internal temperatures of your meats and all that stuff. The CyberQ Wi-Fi is the one you want to check out. Maybe you want like a cruise control. You just want to set that pit temperature, and then you don't really care about those internals, or you got a Thermapen, you'll check them later, but you just want something to maintain that pit temperature because you're going to be doing some other stuff. Yeah. How about the Party Q at $149 with a new face? Runs on AA batteries, self-contained package. It can go from a bullet-style smoker to a ceramic-style smoker to a Weber kettle-style grill cooker. It's great. Can't beat it. $149. $10 more for the ceramic styles for the extra flange on the bottom. Onyx oven if you're in the market for a new cooker. Not even kidding about that. Do yourself a favor. Head on over to thebbqguru.com. Check out their products. If you have any questions about what to order, call them directly. 800-288-GURU. That's 800-288-GURU. They'll make sure you're outfitted with exactly what you need to get you up and running right out of the box. 800-288-GURU, or visit the website, thebbqguru.com. The Barbecue Guru continues to be a breakthrough in barbecue technology. Let's wrap up this half horrible, half awesome first hour. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Big name interviews, advice on cooking brisket and ribs, and the only host willing to share his honest opinion on all things important in the world of barbecue. It's the Barbecue Central Show.
Welcome back. 216-220-0966. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. Did Blake Moody send me his shipping information? Blake, send me your shipping information. You got stuff coming. Hot stuff and good stuff. Not that the hot stuff isn't good. I don't even know what I'm saying. Does anybody know what I'm saying? Oh, my God. Oh, my Lord. I found out what the problem was. No! Oh, my God. Yeah, well, I mean, I know what just happened. Oh, my God. And now I'm even more incensed by my stupidity. In fact,
Greg, this is your mother calling. What are you being so stupid? I didn't raise you to be stupid. And here you are, being stupid. I know what you did. You should never do that again. Never do it. Now get back to your show. Well, that's gonna be it for you, Mr. Man. Okay, thank you. I love you.
All right, that was my mom, ladies and gentlemen, showing up out of nowhere. Yeah. Oh, I can't believe I did that. All right. I'm going to regroup. Make sure all of my windows are closed. And we're going to aim for a stellar second hour. You are listening and watching the Barbecue Central Show. 216-220-0966. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. We're back in about 45 seconds. Stick around. Be right back.
Hi, this is Scott Greenya from Fairfax, Vermont, also known as Scotty DQ, and you're listening to The Barbecue Central Show.
From my heart and from my hand, why don't people understand my intention?
Happy to have you aboard here for the Really Big Barbecue Show.
We cook because we have to, and we grill because we want to.
Fine, how's it going?
You have a great show. I'm a big fan. So what seems to be the problem here? This man looks like he's dead, and he's in the crackle.
Charbono! It's all about the Charbono, dude!
Succulent fish, what?
He ate 54 wieners.
But listen, Lavernius, shake a face.
I'm shaking like a dog shit peach seeds.
We have top men working on it right now. Who? Top men.
Yeah, all right, just like that, we are into the second hour. 216-220-0966. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. You are listening and watching, or you have found the Barbecue Central Show. Congratulations! Non-congratulations if you are just tuning in because you missed the first hour. Shame on you. That's all right. You can get it via podcast from iTunes or visiting my website, thebbqcentralshow.com or outdoorcookingchannel.com, all that stuff. It's fabulous. We broadcast live and direct from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city of Cleveland, Ohio, the barbecue capital of the North Coast. And I am Greg Rempe, your humble host. All right, I'm going to come clean. The reason that we had the Echo Monster is because I was trying to see if Chad Ward had a live show tonight. And then I realized what question I was asking. Is Chad Ward having a live show tonight? The answer is no.
Get that big stuff out of here.
The last time Chad had a live show, I think, was Christmas 2012. Hey-o! So as I'm up in my browser, I realized at that very moment that I had, hold on a second.
A Barbecue Central Show exclusive news update.
That's right, famous announcer guy Greg Rempe at the Cleveland, Ohio breaking news desk. It just so happens that Greg Rempe had an open window. Oh, no. Yeah, that's right. D, that was all of my fault. I didn't catch it. I screwed the entire segment, and I'm sorry for that. All right, folks, the 2015 Sam's Club Barbecue Series rolled into Indianapolis, Indiana this past weekend. This was a local event feeding the Madison, Wisconsin regional final. The top 16s moving on. I mean, we know who won it, right? Hogs BBQ, Frank Denton, 687.99, 772. Reserve Grand Champ, the Smoke Hunters. Third place, Able Acres Barbecue. Fourth place, Farmers Retreat Smoke and Barbecue. Fifth place, Extra Mile Barbecue. Sixth place, rounding it out, Berkey Ray's Barbecue. How about that? The discrepancy between 1 and 6, about 15 points. Blake Moody leaving. What? Dude, I was up until 2 this morning, and I am still blowing right now. Loving it. The next Sam's Club event is going to be this weekend. I'm stalling because I thought I updated my sheet, but I didn't, of course. Is going to be, that's right, Auburn Hills, Michigan. So, let's see. Let's take a peek. Who's going to... Tim's Full Belly Deli is going to be in there. That's a favorite to win. Let me see who else might be a favorite to get in top 6. I don't really notice a lot of other team names. I mean, Tim's Full Belly Deli for sure. T-Mac Smoking in the D. Yeah, I love that. Smoking Aces at the Barbecue Superstore. IBQing at the Barbecue Superstores. That's a very good shot at winning. Richard Parker. So if you're out there, hang out, check out. Hang out, check out. Is that what we say? Good luck to all those folks competing next weekend. All right. Your latest edition of the weekly barbecue roundup starts now. Hey, folks, welcome to this week's edition of the weekly barbecue roundup covering July 9th and 10th. And the 10th, of course, my birthday. Thank you for everybody that gave me the well wishes. And we are off the South Carolina Festival of Discovery. Teams and judges were full here. Greenwood, South Carolina, winning that one, Bubba Q, with a 697.08. Chillin' and Grillin' in the Glades in Wise, Virginia. Winning that one, Warren County Pork Choppers with a 684.48. Then the Sauce and Cycles in Falls City, Nebraska. Winning that one, J-Star Barbecue with a 691.9. The Gold Ribbon Barbecue Fest of Greater Green Bay in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Winning it, Freeman Brothers Barbecue with a 691.98. The 14th Annual Bordertown Bash in Fort Smith, Arkansas, winning at Clark Crew Barbecue with a score of 698.83. Then we have the Johnson County Fair Barbecue in Warrensburg, Missouri, winning it, getting basted with a 700.5. Congratulations. The 8th Annual Wellsville Barbecue Cook-Off, Wellsville, Missouri, winning it. There's no place like smoke with a 693.12. The Wine Country Big Q in Ronhart Park, California, winning it. Smokin' Yankees Barbecue Catering with a 682.74. The 9th Annual Ohio Veterans Barbecue Cook-Off, Kittering, Ohio, winning it. Who's your favorite barbecue with a 691.98. The Sam's Club National Barbecue Tour in Indianapolis, Indiana, winning at Hogs with a 687.97. The New Jersey State Barbecue Championship in North Wildwood, New Jersey, winning at Uncle Pig's Barbecue Pit with a 667.92. Troy Pig Out in Troy, New York, in good old upstate New York. Results not in for that one, unfortunately, at time of this recording. The Drayton Kinsman Smoke and Sound Festival, Drayton, Ontario, winning at Fatty McBarbecue with a 680.53. Holbrook in Holbrook, Arizona, winning at Porterhouse Barbecue with a 699.94. Smoke on the Waterfall, Redwood Falls, Minnesota, winning at Sons of Butchers with a 678.24. Let's move on to the Florida Barbecue Association. Anything there to report on the website? No, it's like weeks in a row. Come on. Trying to keep people updated, Florida. What are you doing? Let's move on to Texas because my man Doug Scheiding keeps it real with the updates. Nothing to report on IBCA at this point. The firefighters helping firefighters cook off in Pasadena, Texas, winning at Jan Canterbury. We be smoking too. Texas Gulf Coast, no contest this weekend. Lone Star Barbecue Society, one reporting from Spring Hoe. Wait, what? No info on Spring Hoe from Lamp Asses. Lamp Asses? What? Brentwood Barbecue Bash, Georgetown, Texas. 64 teams winning it. I hope I'm saying it right. Reagan Broche of La Pasadita. Friend of the show, Kit Polk, takes reserve there. A non-sanctioned event, Tin Roof Barbecue Cook-Off, supporting the Banded Brigade Outdoors military veterans. Winning it, Joe Severinson of Cool Hands Smokers. And that's going to do it for this weekend of the weekly barbecue roundup. Back to me. All right. Back to me. I'll take it from here, me. I got to tell you something. I ate at a barbecue restaurant out in Mansfield, Ohio. Listen up. If you're going to be out in Mansfield, Ohio, I meant to do this last week, but I just didn't have the time because of the weekly barbecue roundup and some other things. If you're going to be out in Mansfield, Ohio, you need to look for this company, and they're in a parking lot right now in a trailer. And you know some of the best barbecue that's ever made is coming out of a concession stand trailer type situation. They are going to be going into brick and mortar. It's in the same plaza as a Chinese restaurant. I drove past it 3 times till I realized you're not looking for a brick and mortar place. You should be looking for the trailer. It's called Smokin' Bros Barbecue. Smokin' Bros. And after 2 or 3 weeks in my new territory for Peterbilt, eating some of the most horrific barbecue ever made, Smokin' Bros stepped up in a seismic and gargantuan way. The brisket was good. The pulled pork was outstanding. The ribs were unfreaking believable. I'm going back just for the ribs. I mean, the ribs were so good. Big, meaty baby back ribs, well smoked, good color, good sauce. And the banana pudding. Folks, if you are a barbecue restaurant worth a salt, banana pudding has to be available and has to be on point. Smokin' Bros Barbecue on point. On fleek. So, if you are in the Mansfield, Ohio area, and you are going to get lunch there, don't go anywhere else other than Smokin' Bros. It is the place to be. Great reviews on Yelp, all that good stuff. So, shout out to everybody at Smokin' Bros. Can't wait to get down there again here in the next week or so. All right, folks, let me talk to you about the Fast Eddie's by Cook Shack Pellet Grill. It is a smoker and a grill in one. 100% stainless steel, wood-burning, pellet-fired cooker that uses direct and indirect heat up to 800 degrees. It is the only pellet grill on the market that uses char broiler technology. It features electronically controlled temperature to eliminate large heat fluctuations, the dry and shrink meat. The pellet grill can barbecue, grill, bake, roast, sear, smoke. Cook Shack has 2 models of the pellet grills. The PG-1000 features a fully insulated double-walled roll hood for superior heat retention, fuel savings, and maximum cooking performance. And the PG-500 features a 2-way swing lid pellet drop and utensil holder. PG-500 and 1000 have many great features, including 784 square inches cooking space, easy side loading pellet hopper, fully automated wood pellet feed system, stainless steel cooking grate on the direct cooking zone that produces killer-looking sear marks, nickel-plated grill on the indirect side and top rack, drip bucket, pellet ash drawer, 100% stainless steel construction, warming drawer, 40 pounds of Cook Shack hickory pellets, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's versatile. It's the cooker that adds full flavor to your recipes, including fajitas, ribs, chicken, desserts, steak, sides, and large cuts of meat. It can do anything, plus cold smoking. Grilling with wood pellets penetrates the food with an intense smoky flavor, locking in that flavor, adding to that flavor. When you cook with wood pellets, the fuel is consistent, the smoke more flavorful. For recipes and how-to videos, check out Cook Shack's YouTube channel or the cooking guide on their website, pelletcooker.com, singular, pelletcooker.com, or visit the main website, cookshack.com. That's Cookshack, C-O-O-K, Shack, S-H-A-C-K, cookshack.com. Or better yet, pick up the phone, give them a jangle, 800-423-0698, 800-423-0698 and let them know I sent you. Ask for the Barbecue Central Show deal. Maybe they'll hook you up. You don't know. You don't know if let you try it. You don't know let you try it. I would do it. I would call them up, ask for the deal. I would do it. Yeah, I said it. All right. We are back with Dinae Mee right after this. Stick around. We'll be right back. I would do it.
Broadcasting live from the Barbecue Central Radio Network studios in Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, welcome back. Folks, this portion of the show brought to you by iGrill. Yeah, baby! iGrill is the maker of the most advanced Bluetooth grilling thermometers out there on the market today. Monitor the temperature of whatever you're grilling from up to 150 feet away. What? That's right, I said it. 150 feet. You can use iOS or Android devices. You can use promo code CENTRAL, 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 for 15% off your purchase at Devices Inc., I-N-C, iDevicesInc.com. You are able to grill with precision. That's right. Use code CENTRAL for 15% off your order at iDevicesInc.com. Thanks to iGrill for re-partnering with the show. All right, joining me now, a loyal Centralite, and by the way, one hell of a competition barbecue cook. We're going to be talking about Pacific Northwest barbecue whatnot and tomfoolery. Please help me join pitmaster of Lakhouse BBQ, Dinae Mee, to the show. Diane, how are you?
Great. How are you, Greg?
I'm absolutely fabulous, Diane. Appreciate you making time for the show tonight. And as I had mentioned in the open there just a couple seconds ago, Lakhouse having quite the couple weeks, right?
Yes, that's true. Well, our major competitors have been out of action for a month, so a lot of us
wait a second.
Down the list
We never we never talk about anybody that might be better. Forget about that. They are causing their own demise, and Lakhouse is ready to step up and kick those people in the teeth and take what is rightfully theirs. That's what we're talking about, right?
That's true.
Yeah. All right. So recap the last couple weeks. I know last week was Puyallup. Puyallup. I was just going to say it. And then you also had a grand championship the week before that. So go back 2 weeks and tell us about the first grand championship.
Well, the first one was in Dallas, Oregon, and went round and round with my family from Dallas who thought I was driving to Dallas. And then I thought I was going to the Dalles, Oregon. And I finally got it down to Dallas, Oregon.
Wow.
And it was a very hot contest. It was probably about 112 degrees
It gets
down there.
It gets that hot out there?
Yeah.
Really?
This is down in, let's look, it's just, Dallas is probably like 20 minutes from Salem, Oregon, so not quite out on the coast to get that marine influence. So inland it was very hot. And even in Seattle, it's been like in the 90s for the last 2 weeks, and we've all been dying. So.
Well, let me ask you something. When you are cooking in that kind of a situation, I mean, 85 degrees, 90 degrees, certainly hot. But, I mean, we're talking about another 20, 22 degrees on top of that. So do you sometimes I ask the guys that get out and the gals that get out to, like, Colorado or at altitude when it gets cold, how does the temperature affect your cook? So in this instance, it's like almost the reverse. You're not cooking at like 30 below. You're cooking at like hell's front door. And what I noticed, like when I had an offset barbecue pit, I had an old close pit. When it got really freaking hot here in Cleveland, if I took the cover off of it, that thing was standing already like at 100 degrees without any fire in it. So when you have a cooker and you have this kind of a heat, are you battling any type of what I would call ghost heat that you need to account for?
Not a whole lot, really, actually. Although, yeah, the WSM is probably register at least like 120 just standing there. So, no, not really. If there also was no wind, so for me, the wind is always a major player in a cook. So since we had still winds and there's not a breath of wind, so from that aspect, it makes managing the temps a lot easier.
I would imagine the huge benefit from that is your fuel consumption is probably like a clean diesel car getting 85 miles to the gallon, right?
That's true. I did put it a little less charcoal than normal.
All right, so you win Grand Championship there. I suppose I didn't ask maybe the most important question, which is this is Pacific Northwest. So is this under their own like rules and guidance there, or is this a KCBS or some other sanctioned contest?
No, actually, the PNWBA is an association and a sanctioning body, and we're a little different than KCBS in that we score on a 10-point system, and we switch the big meats and the small meats, so our big meats are turned in first. So we start with pork, then go to brisket, and then chicken and ribs are last. So when we switch and do KCBS, you kind of have to inverse your cook schedule a little bit, but so that's how we differ. What kind
of a following does the Pacific Northwest Barbecue Association have up there?
Oh, quite a few teams. Actually, the PNWBA is almost as old, if not older, than the KCBS is, I think. So there's a lot of really long-time barbecuers up here that, have been going at it for a long time. The PNWBA was really born out of a lot of chili cooks, so there's a lot of chili cooks up in Canada and down in Washington that used to get together and cook chili, and then at some point they decided to throw a brisket on the barbecue, and then it sort of evolved from that, so there's a lot of really old-time barbecuers around here.
Dinae Mee from Lakhouse BBQ joining me here on the show, talking about the win a couple weeks ago. We'll get to the one this past weekend here in a second. Was everything working for you category-wise? Did you have to, kind of battle some things? How did that cook go for you?
Actually, I had a pretty solid cook except for ribs, which kind of was a disaster, but I got into a time, because I cook by myself, so I'm kind of sometimes hit time crunches, so I was trying to do my pork box, but my ribs were getting a little on getting done, so I foiled them just a little bit too early, and they just didn't have enough bark on them, so I just made a bad call in that regard, but the rest of my meats came out pretty nice.
When you get the call for Grand Championship, is it something that well, obviously I would imagine never gets old, but is it affirmation of a cook well done?
Yeah, it is, especially this year, because I keep being the bridesmaid and never the bride. I was getting third place seemed to be my place this year up until, and then I had a couple of not too great cooks, and then I had a week off and just kind of regrouped and came back and hit the first at this contest. So,
in regards to meat, Diane, and I asked Frank Denton this in the first hour, you see a trend more and more to the specialty stuff, the higher end Wagyus, the Compart or the Duroc porks, both ribs and shoulders. Chicken, I guess, is still a little bit more big box stuff. You get what you can get. But do you, as a team, buy stuff that is more on the edge of cost, or are you still more of a big box shopper at this point?
Well, we come from the land of Costco, so Costco is probably a major supplier to most of the teams out here. So we still get our ribs from Costco, and chicken, chicken has been sort of my vexing category this year. It's been up and down and up and down, and so I switched off the high-end chicken I was using and went to just a lower-end chicken. And, pork, I still use commodity pork because it's tough for us to get Duroc shipped all the way up to Seattle, so that makes it tough. So most teams up here still use commodity-based pork. The briskets, a lot of teams use Wagyu, so that's kind of our meat profile up here.
In the judging portion of this, Diane, do you guys get any kind of feedback cards or counsel from the judges on what they like and what they didn't like, or what they're looking for, and as far as what they think is good or not?
Yeah, that's another thing that's different from KCBS in that the PNWBA gives out comment cards on every judge writes a comment card on every category, so you can know why they gave you the scores that they did, and so it helps you make corrections a lot quicker. So you're not sitting there wondering why they gave you a 6 or why they gave you a 5 or what they didn't like about your taste or whatever. They'll tell you what they didn't like. They'll also tell you what they liked, too, so hopefully that's more the norm than the other way around.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as the competition this past weekend in Puyallup, pretty much the same kind of a setup and knock them down for you, or was there anything that you had to overcome during the course of the cook?
Actually, the weather finally broke, so actually the weather was very, very perfect this last weekend. It was probably like 75 degrees and just a really nice venue. It was at a church, believe it or not. So, but we had a really nice host and good set of teams, and they enjoyed They were doing a lot of filming, so they wanted to put a video together. So, yeah.
When you talk about a 10-point system, do they start at a number and work down or up from there, or do they go in, at 0 and start to work?
No, they probably just, I don't know, they have what their criteria is for each numerical value. So, that it's excellent and that's, good, fine, and then average, and then below average. So it's pretty much like KCBS in that regard. They also don't judge meat on a plate like KCBS does. They'll judge each box individually. So, like, the table captain will show the box, and the judges will give it its appearance score, and then the judges will take the meat, eat it, score it, and then you're done with that box, and then they move on to the next box. So it doesn't set up a comparative plate like KCBS does.
You're talking about, like, the placemats with the squares and stuff? Yeah.
Yes.
Do you prefer that?
They don't do that. They judge each box individually, one at a time.
Is that something, I know you get into KCBS from time to time as well, is that something that you prefer as a Pacific Northwest barbecuer over a KCBSer?
Do I prefer KCBS over?
No. Do you prefer that kind of a judging system like you have in Pacific Northwest?
I do, because it means that the judges are looking only at your meat one at a time, and they're not comparing you to other people's meat on their plate, I think. As far as a 10-point scoring system versus a 9-point scoring system, I'd probably do better scoring on a 9-point system. I always seem to do better score-wise on a KCBS contest than I necessarily do at a PNWBA contest, because they just always have that extra number 10 that they can give out to people who have really exceptional barbecue. So, I probably would get to a 9 better, easier than I would get to 10 barbecue, if that makes sense.
How many competitions are you during the course of the season, Diane?
This year I'll probably do 20.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Do you have a percentage of Pacific Northwest versus any other sanctioning body that you'll do?
Oh, let's see. I've done 3 KCBS and 8 PNWBA contests so far this year.
All right, so you got 9 left. You split them down the middle, or will you see more of one than the other?
Oh, well, definitely the majority will be PNWBA contests from here on out. I think there's one KCBS contest up in Langley, BC that I'll do. So,
is it simply because kind of like those guys in Florida where there just aren't a lot of KCBS stuff, so you're
That's
cooking,
correct.
What you have instead of, driving 12 hours to get to the nearest contest?
That's correct. There's not that many KCBS contests up here because there's only like one KCBS rep up here. So
Diane,
it's expensive to bring KCBS reps in to head judge contests, so that's why PNWBA still kind of predominates.
when you're putting together a team's flavor profile, how did you do that? Like, what did you start with, and how have you evolved over your time as a competitive barbecue cook?
Boy, that's an interesting question. Well, I probably bought a set of West Coast offense rubs long before the West Coast offense was very well known, and so I've always sort of been on that slant, and had help from a lot of good teams and people in the chat room. And Sylvia and I were talking earlier in the chat room about stuff, so it's one thing kind of great about the Barbecue Central show is that you can listen to teams from across the country and pick up things that people are willing to share that people locally would otherwise not share with you because you're competing with them all the time. So,
do you find that when you're cooking a KCBS contest and when you're then cooking in a Pacific Northwest contest that the judges are looking for different flavor profiles that they award better scores to?
Boy, it seems like this year in the PNWBA we've had a lot of new judges, so there's probably been more inconsistent judging than there has been in the past, I think. So, but actually there's a lot of PNWBA judges who are also KCBS judges, so you kind of see the same people every weekend, regardless of what sanctioning body you're cooking.
Where are you guys going to be competing at next, Diane?
I will be in Spokane this weekend at the Northern Quest Casino for the Battle of the Pits, which is one of the bigger contests that we have up here this year. It's a $15,000 contest, so all the good teams are coming out.
Percentage of chance that you walk away with your third grand championship in a row. Let's hear it. You're on record.
Boy, I'd hate to put a number on that because there's so many good teams showing up this weekend.
Diane,
there's at least 10 teams that could possibly walk away with it. So.
You know the number. Just say it. Say it.
I'd probably say somewhere around 30%.
That's right, 100%. She said it here, folks. She's on the show Tuesday. I mean, you know what's going to happen when you go over there over the weekend. You're going to step away with a grand championship because show karma applies to all that come on the show Tuesday. So that's right. So nobody will be surprised when you are now third-time grand champion in as many weeks. Dinae Mee joining me on the show, Lakhouse BBQ Pitmaster, winner of 2 consecutive contests in the Pacific Northwest Barbecue Association, and loyal Centralite, which I appreciate most of all. Diane, always appreciate the time. Thanks so much for coming on tonight.
You're welcome, Greg.
You got it. There she is, Dinae Mee. Not you, Dinae Mee. That's right. Yeah, I made that joke. So what? I said it. Yeah, that's why I love to talk to folks that are in regularly in different sanctioning bodies because, that's what I want to know. Like, where do the intricacies lie? Do the folks over at the Pacific Northwest because they eat more savory stuff or more sweet stuff normally up there that they prefer one or the other, and then a different sanctioning body that they take part in is completely different. I mean, that would be kind of, I don't know if amazing is the right word, but that is definitely interesting, to say the least. So thanks to Dinae Mee for coming on and sharing all of her exploits on the winning and the flavorizing and all of that good stuff. Congratulations to her success, and good luck to her in Spokane, Washington this coming week. All right, folks, let me talk to you quickly about Suckle Busters. Award-winning barbecue rubs, barbecue sauces, chili kits, Texas gunpowder. Preferred by competition barbecue cooks. That's right, I'm not lying. Texas barbecue-based, 100% made in the USA. Products have won hundreds of industry awards, including first places in the American Royal Barbecue Sauce Contest, the World Series of Barbecue. New at Suckle Busters, the Honey Barbecue Glaze and Finishing Sauce. Based on Suckle Busters' award-winning honey barbecue sauce, This is a thin barbecue glaze finishing sauce made especially for competition ribs and chicken. It's super sweet. Not spicy. No. It is super red, though. I'm not going to lie. They use a special American paprika for the bright red color. Brush it on the last 5 to 10 minutes of cooking. It leaves a nice glossy red sheen on the meat and an extra layer of sweet flavor. Take those competition ribs and chicken to a whole nother level. Whole nother level. I said it, a whole nother level. Available at local barbecue stores or online at sucklebusters.com. That's sucklebusters.com. If you don't want to go try and buy one right now to ensure your grimy mitts can taste the honey barbecue glaze and finishing sauce, send me an email right now. In the subject line, put Sucklebusters another level. Sucklebusters another level. And you can win a free bottle of the award-winning honey barbecue glaze and finishing sauce. It's just that easy. Email, subject line, Sucklebusters another level. And then Dan will ship it out to you. All right, we're back with an open segment. So if you want to get on the show, talk about something, give a recap of something you did over the weekend, a product development, a product review, whatever, this is your time. 216-220-0966. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. We'll be back right after these words. Stick around.
Big name interviews, advice on cooking brisket and ribs, and the only host willing to share his honest opinion on all things important in the world of barbecue. It's the Barbecue Central Show.
Who would have thought this music thing was going to go this far? I never asked for this. I never asked for this fast living, the women, the whiskey, craziness. There's whiskey in my soul. Hey, Bert, let's go.
All right, we are back. 216-220-0966. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. Your two ways to get in touch with me, should you see fit. Thanks again to Dinae Mee for joining me this past segment, Lakhouse BBQ. This portion of the Barbecue Central Show being brought to you by CookinPellets.com. Yeah, baby. CookinPellets.com, your number one source for quality wood pellets for all your pellet-driven cookers. Visit CookinPellets.com for more information or to purchase. You can also visit Amazon.com to purchase as well, thanks to Chris Becker and the folks over at CookinPellets.com. If you have pellet-fired cookers, that's a place you want to go. Don't fart around with some of the other pellet makers. Forget about it. All right, sitting in with me for this next segment, because evidently she has nothing better to do, is my middle daughter, Maddi Rempe. Maddi! Hi. Uh-oh. You got to turn that mic on there, bro. You sure? Yeah, hold on. I got you on the wrong channel here. Stand by. How about now?
Hello?
There she is. Listen to you.
It's me.
All right, so I'm trying to think of the last time that you were even on the show. You remember the last time you were on the show?
Nope. I don't.
It's probably like at least 2 years.
No.
4 years?
Yeah.
Really? Oh.
I think so.
I'm the worst dad ever.
No.
Oh, well. All right, so you are a... do you have visions of being a pit mistress as you grow up?
Sure.
You want to be a barbecue cooker?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you like about it?
It tastes good.
Yeah, but do you want to learn how to make it, or do you just want to eat the good stuff?
I know how to make it.
You do?
Yeah.
All right, take me through the process of preparing ribs for the cooker, and begin.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you buy the ribs.
Yes.
From the store.
Right.
And then you cut off all the fat.
The what?
The fat.
Fat, right.
I think that's what you do.
I mean, I don't really trim the ribs up too much with the fat.
And then you do like something with water.
With the ribs?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
Are you sure?
Okay, whatever. You don't do water.
Right.
And then you put the rub on it.
Wait, you're missing one key point on the back, on the bone side. What do I do on the bone side?
You take off the membrane.
That's right. That is key. All right, now hold on a second. I'm getting whacked here in the chat room. Maddie, you watch me do my ribs all the time. True or false? Do I ever parboil my ribs?
No.
Of course not. These people are getting crazy.
Why would you do that?
Well, I know why, because you said I do something with water, and now the people think I parboil my ribs.
No, you like
You
wash
mean
like
I wash them off out of the cryovac.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
All right. Oh my goodness.
Because then you use a bunch of like paper towels to dry it off.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, so you've taken the membrane off. Now go ahead.
And then you like put all your special rubs on it.
Right, the North Coast offense?
Yes.
That's right.
And then you cook them.
Right.
Yeah.
What cooker do I use a lot?
You use the hold on, let me think. The Green Mountain Grill?
Yeah, love the Green Mountain Grill. Love it. You love it too.
Mm-hmm.
Because it make good ass food. You know it.
Mm-hmm. I know it.
Yeah, so it sounds like you have a pretty good handle on getting some ribs down.
Yep.
All right, now here's what I'm going to be talking about here for the remainder of this segment. I don't know. I mean, you like to watch the food shows, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I didn't know if you knew this or not, but on June 16th, has it already been? Wait. Hold on a second. When does this premiere?
June 16th.
Yeah, I know. That was like a month ago. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
That was when this press release was released. However, premiering July 14th. When is July 14th, Maddie?
Today.
You're right. Chopped Grill Masters is on the air. Are you excited?
Yep.
For Chopped Grill Masters.
I'm super excited.
Yeah, so all you have to do is go to your Food Network. If you want to check it out on the web, you can go to foodnetwork.com/chopped. You can meet the competitors and find exclusive content, including fan polls, winner interviews, behind-the-scene photogs, highlights, photo galleries of top moments, all that fun stuff. And you can also hashtag chopped if you want to. You have the tweeter, Maddie?
No.
You don't?
I'm not allowed to have it. I'm too
You're damn
young.
right you're not. We don't need you tweetering out there in the universe.
I'm too young.
That's right. So tonight at 10 o'clock, 42 minutes into the premiere episode, I can see you're a big fan, Maddie.
I'm sorry. I've been packing.
In this episode, grill masters battle big personalities and old rivals create a firestorm in the al fresco kitchen. Maddie, what does al fresco mean?
Al fresco. Is it French?
No.
Nope. It sounds like a food.
No.
No.
Al fresco kitchen means a kitchen in the outdoors.
Fresco.
Al fresco.
Al fresco.
El fresco.
Al fresco. You said al fresco.
I think it's Spanish. It says El.
Yeah, fresco.
All right. Make sure you're close to the microphone there because you're cutting in and out. In the first round, the chefs have 2 different proteins to prepare. Pork chops and sausage.
Ew.
Do you like pork chops?
I don't know.
Do you like sausage?
Yeah.
What?
It's okay.
That's a no. Exercising restraint with a sweet basket ingredient in the entree round is a challenge for some of the chefs. A cheese and a starch are 2 of the items that all the finalists must make sing on the grills in their desserts. Do you want to hear who is on the show tonight?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you who's on this show tonight if you're not watching. And by the way, I have a huge viewing audience. So guess what, Food Network? Kiss my ass, because people are still watching this show 43 minutes into your show. So suck it, right?
Suck it double,
Suck
Sean.
it double, that's right. Suck it double. All right, on the show tonight, Randy Pauly. Maddie?
Yes?
Randy Pauly. Ring a bell?
No.
Me neither.
Get that freak stuff out of here.
All right, Maddie, next one. Stacy Graves Jett. Ring a bell?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Get that freak stuff out of here.
Now, in Stacy's defense, I don't know her. She's never been on the show. But I believe she is Facebook friends with me, so I at least have heard of the name. All right, now we're getting to the big hitters, Maddie. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Next name. Multiple-time Jack Daniels participant. One-time Jack Daniels winner. Pitmaster of IQ Barbecue Team. 2-time author, dare I say, Chris Hart is on the show this very eve. Maddie, Chris Hart, yes or no?
No, but I do know Kevin Hart.
What? Yeah, believe me, Chris Hart and Kevin Hart couldn't look more different. All right, so currently we're with a 100% batting average that you don't have any idea who is on this show right now.
Yep.
All right. Last name, one of the biggest names currently in the industry. Actually, Maddie, I'm going to let you guess here. I'm going to give you some clues. She is Canadian. She has her own television show. She has been on this show any number of times. Her name is...
I know this. I think. Diva Q.
That's right, Maddie! So you are like a little pit mistress know-it-all, aren't you?
I am.
That's right. Danielle Bennett is on the show tonight as well. So we have no idea. Let's make sure that we all understand. We have no idea who is on the show tonight, right?
Right.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me see if I can add something here. Webcam. Is that going to add? Oh, it did add. Hold on a second here. Stand by.
Standing by. What are you doing? That fell from the ceiling. Yeah. I think Snickers knocked it over. Do you see me? La 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 la. I don't like the choir teacher. La 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 la. Can the people hear me right now? Oh, hi, people.
All right, there we go.
Okay.
So there you are.
It's me.
And what are you doing?
I'm sitting on a couch.
Yep.
Talking into a microphone.
That's right.
On my father's radio show.
All right, very good. We agree. That's right, Patrick. Well, don't worry. And since you've been in the show last time, I have added a whatchamacallit.
Oh, what?
Oh, we brought the couch from there. Don't forget, Maddie, you're on the radio, so you got to make sure your mouth is towards the couch or towards the microphone.
I wasn't saying anything.
Right? Yeah, but I can hear you. All right. Now I got to get myself. Worked in here. Stand by.
Standing by.
Web camera. 920. There's me. All right. Now I got to make me chroma key. Boom. All right, there we go. You're a little bit bigger than me, but that's all right.
What?
Never mind. You can't see what I see here. All right. So what were we talking about? We were talking about who we think. So here's what we know. We don't know 3 of the 4 people. Wait, I don't mean we. You don't know 3 of the 4 people, but you guessed the 4th person.
Yes.
Danielle Bennett.
Yes.
Just to make sure, you can confirm that we have not watched the Chopped episode so far, 49 minutes in.
We have not watched it.
Right. Who do you think is going to come out on top
Diva
of Chopped?
Q.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Just because you know her?
Yep.
That's the only reason? You have no idea how these other people could... All right.
If I don't know them, then that means that they're not well known, because I know a lot of people, and if I don't know
you know a lot of barbecue people?
I know lots of people in general.
Yeah, well, Amon Shumpert doesn't count.
He knows me.
All right, next week, July 21st, hear who is on the show. Ready?
Ready.
Do you know Mary Brent Galshin? Gallion?
No.
Me neither. Do you know Maddi Rempe?
No.
Me neither. Do you know current? Maybe current, perhaps former, KCBS president and, hold on a second, and owner of Barbecuer's Delight Wood Pellets, Candy Weaver?
No.
Yeah, you do.
I do?
I use her wood pellets for my cookers.
Well, that doesn't mean I know her.
Get your hands off of that. I can hear that.
I'm going to touch it.
Don't touch it. Do you know one of the founding fathers of Operation Barbecue Relief?
Thomas Jefferson.
My God, not of America.
Oh.
Of Operation Barbecue Relief, Stan Hayes.
No.
Oh, what?
I don't know him.
All right. Now, for the rest, I'm going to name all the people. You tell me if you've ever heard of them. Ready?
Okay.
Rapid fire. Donna Fong.
No.
Leslie Rourke.
No.
Leslie Scott.
No.
Harry Sue.
No.
What?
Harry Sue.
Tom Spaulding.
Sure.
Liar.
Yep.
You don't know Tom Spaulding.
I know Spaulding from American Horror Story.
Maddie.
He's creepy.
Maddie, pay attention.
I'm paying attention.
Angie Marr.
No.
Phil Johnson.
No.
Ash Fulk.
No.
Mike Davis.
It sounds familiar.
Of course it does. The dude won the American Royal like 78,000 times.
Oh.
All right, here we go. Scott Conant.
No.
Alex. Oh, wait, those are judges. Sorry. Wait, where are the contestants at? Oh, that's the tournament finale. We don't know who's on the tournament finale. You'll be happy to know, Maddie, that after the chopped adults version, that August 25th starts the teen tournament episode. Do you care about that?
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Matthew Boer is saying that Diva is a new member of the IPC. What do you think about that?
Okay.
Do you know what the IPC is?
Nope.
Imperial Polk County, Florida. Hello. Do you know Florida?
I know Florida.
All right.
I also know Florida.
I have insider info that I could spill on this show, but I digress.
What?
Nothing.
Spill the beans, man.
I'm not. All right, let me talk to you quickly, folks, about Big Papa Smokers. Big Papa Smokers, the one-stop online shop for anyone interested in barbecue. The number one dealer of Mac pellet grills in the world, Big Papa Smokers features a wide selection of American-made grill smokers, such as the Old Hickory Ace BP, Gateway drum smokers, even a drum kit that gives you everything you need to make a world-class smoker out of a 55-gallon drum. Big Papa Smokers has also made a name for itself in recent years by crafting an award-winning line of championship rubs. From flavors like Sweet Money to Happy Ending, their rubs have had a hand in winning almost every major barbecue competition, including the 2012 and 13 American Royal, the 12 and 14 Jack Daniels, the 13 Kingsford Challenge, the 14 Houston Livestock and Rodeo, and the 14 King of the Smoker. Don't think the BPS can just be pigeonholed into a competitive barbecue either. BPS rubs have become so well known that they have been picked up by a nationwide restaurant chain. BJ's Restaurant and Brew House, with 4 of the 9 BPS rubs featured on their permanent menu. And amid glowing reviews, BPS rubs are proven to be a great addition to anyone's pantry. Big Papa's also banded together with fellow California-based rub company Simply Marvelous Barbecue to form what has now become known as the West Coast Offense. Defying conventional wisdom, these two California-based rub companies have cornered the market on competitive barbecue, begun to redefine the flavor profile that competitive cooks from across the country have begun to aim for. Big Papa website also features an online meat locker with top-quality meats from Snake River Farm shipped right to your door. The American Kobe beef, the Caribou to pork, Double R Big Ranch meats. The Big Papa Smokers locker has something for everybody. Committed to bringing you the best barbecue flavors on the market, and you know that's why they're carrying the Swamp Boy sauce, the Fine Swine sauce, Granny's barbecue sauce, hot new sauces considered the new kids on the block this season. And don't forget the brand ambassador program, the BPS Elite Team, featuring 15 of the best competition cooks across the country, working together to promote camaraderie, competition barbecue, and to benefit children's charities across the U.S. Keep in mind that Big Papa Smokers has been able to do all this with only 5 years of being in the business, turning the competition scene on its head, providing customers with the very best barbecue products, becoming a staple of a nationwide restaurant chain, and benefiting children's charities across the U.S. It is just the beginning for Big Papa Smokers. The website, BigPapaSmokers.com. That's BigPapaSmokers.com. All right, we're back to wrap the show right after this. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Get in the smoke. Call 877-448-0433 to get on the air. Now, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Big B, Moonshine Band, Suburban Respect.
All right.
Let's go. I'm an outlaw.
Welcome back. Patrick Paquette, you are exactly right, by the way. You do have Butcher's daughter in Minnesota's Harry Sue. Why is that crazy? Because those two are like dating or going out or something. Wow. Who knew? Maddie, did you know that Donna Fong and Harry Sue are dating?
No.
What do you know?
Pre-algebra.
Yeah, you knew it. I saw your grades.
Straight A's.
Straight A's. I got straight A's too in the 6th grade.
I'm in 7th grade.
No. You were in 6th grade last year.
I'm in 7th grade this year.
Yeah, this year you'll be in 7th grade. I got straight A's in the 6th grade. Do you believe me?
Sure.
No, I didn't. Well, thank you for believing me. I just lied to my kid on the radio.
Huh.
Did you enjoy being on the show tonight?
Yep.
All right. Good. Well, let's roll out, as they say.
Rolling out.
All the way back in hour number 1, I was joined by none other than Dee Cocker. Because I'm a douche, I blew the segment, but we'll have him back. We're going to talk cutlery. Then I had Frank Denton from Hug Barbecues, winner of the Indianapolis, Indiana local qualifier, Sam's Club National, moving on to Madison, Wisconsin next month. Dinae Mee in the second hour. Maddi Rempe closing the show big time. September 11th, 2001. I will never forget. Until next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, this is your program host and proud U.S. American, Greg Rempe. Good night now.